Brian, when you turned on the TV. Is that what you're saying?
No, I put it in the chat. Ben, you'll both know. In true Daigle fashion, I did a Pierre-Emile Højbjerg special against Villa for the Solanke goal. Needed to do a piss, couldn't hold it in, ran to the toilet, and then heard you screaming. And I was like, yeah, typical, but saw the replays. But yeah, a very, very good result. And all I can say is, yeah, we're hot and cold Tottenham. We are the Super Spurs. We're the football connoisseurs. 7 times we've won the cup, and number 8 is coming up. We're hot and cold Tottenham. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Look, Brian, first and foremost, we want to send our best wishes to your dad and hope he does make a speedy recovery. So send him our best wishes, that's for sure. And I'm sure everyone in the live chat will be sending him their best wishes as well. But yeah, talk to me about the game, Brian. What did you notice? What did you see? Who was your standout players?
I could talk to you about the second half. I was out for dinner with for the first half. Well, I was listening to you guys at parts. What I did see, and I heard you, I can't remember if it was Ben or Simeon that did say it. Xavi Simons in Champions League, he's the heartbeat, isn't he? He really is the heartbeat. Paul O'Keefe said it in against the Burnley game. The amount, and Simeon mentioned it, the amount of fouls this guy gets. I mean, we all used to talk about Jack Grealish and the amount of fouls he gets. This guy just non-stop gets hacked down. And we've spoken about before, his work rate for the team defensively as well as attacking wise, he's really, really growing into the position. Obviously, we need to see his weight of passing get better or whatever. But literally everything is starting to go through him in these big, important games in Europe, and it's great to see. Like you guys were saying, I couldn't see last night. I can't really comment on the first half. I watched the highlights. But it was a very, very good performance. Now, Frank has come in for a lot of what's it called? Not abuse, slander, or whatever.
Criticism. Let's call it criticism
from some people.
Yeah. Mate, I couldn't get the word out. I could have been here for 10 minutes. He comes in for a lot of criticism, and I've given it recently since the Bournemouth game. But today, like Simeon said, especially with the injuries, he's got it bang on the money. And only Spurs can sign a striker that will score only against his former clubs and Champions League.
Yeah,
forget the I don't need it. But it was scoring the Champions League against former clubs.
Yeah, I asked Sim before, but do you think it's a case of, we're going to stick with him whilst we're in the Champions League?
Joe, I whether we want, before I answer that question, I could just see all the comments coming in about best wishes to my dad, and I just want to thank every single one of you that are putting it in the chat. It means a lot to me.
Our comment section can be kind sometimes, Brian.
Listen, there's been so much going on behind the scenes that you two know about everything, that my temperament and anger has been very quick to bubble to the surface, and sometimes it's very hard for me to control it. And those 2 occasions, the anger got the better of me, which I apologise for. But yeah, thank you for that. I forgot what the question. Oh yeah, Frank. Look, you two were talking about it just before, and whilst he's in the Champions League, like you were saying with Ange last season, Simeon's right. I don't think it was at this point with Ange last season. Sim's bang on the money with that. But this is Spurs we're talking about, and the Spurs board, where anything that makes sense doesn't compute, and they do the exact opposite. So does Frank keep his job? Is like saying, will Spurs sign a quality player in the window? They could do it, but they more than likely won't. So God knows. But if he's getting it right in the Champions League, and it is the only competition we have to play for, let's be serious, then you'd look at it and say, well, he's done bloody well to get us fourth. But then you look at the league form, and you're like, well, we were all saying, does that warrant him staying when there's 22 defeats, blah, 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 for Ange? So you've got to be balanced with this. So has the Premier League form, which is the bread and butter, warranted a stay to see how long we go in the Champions League? Because let's say when do we play when is the next round?
March.
Like the knockout. March, exactly. So that's what you got to look at with Spurs. It's like, are they willing to?
Does he last till March? Basically, yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
So basically, every game is his last game until March, where the Premier League form could be catastrophic, especially with the fixtures coming up. So I just don't know how you look at this one. if you were to judge it purely on Premier League, then he hasn't got a leg to stand on. But if they want to back it up on this is what I'm doing in the Champions League, then he's got a very, very good case to fight, hasn't he?
So Brian, before March, we play Man City at home, Manchester United away, Newcastle at home, Arsenal at home, Fulham away, Palace at home, and then 15th of March, which I think is when the Champions League comes back around, is Liverpool away. So can he survive that?
But you know the sad thing, like I said, when things don't make sense, it makes sense, and whatever at Tottenham, knowing us, we'll win all these games. Knowing us, we'll have a March, we'll have a February that was meant to be January, and you wouldn't put it past Tottenham, would you? Whoever's in charge, you would not put a absolutely horrific month against crap, and we're all in the doldrums, to then be said, right, fight your case, and then we don't lose in February. Not saying it will happen, but that would be just typical Spurs, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true.
So, so for you, like, well, a lot of people, I'm not saying it was like easy win tonight. We done very well, but a lot of people expected we're probably going to beat Frankfurt. Then it's going to be on the City game. Does it matter what happens against City when it comes to his job necessarily? In terms of what the club are thinking, do you think the club are just riding this out? Do you think they're thinking about sacking him? What do you think the club said's at? The board said.
Well,
you don't know.
I think it was. I saw a load of tweets because I haven't been watching any YouTube apart from you guys at all. I've had a complete break from anything Tottenham related for this week with my family. Paul O'Keefe said it looks like, or sounded like, they're very, very worried, scared, or whatever the correct wording was, to go down the interim role. Well, if you're going to get rid of him in March, who's going to come in on an interim role for literally best part of a month and a half, 2 months? I've got absolutely no idea. Basically, if I answer and say, yeah, keep him till we're out of the Champions League, I'm wrong. And if I say, no, let's see how the Champions League rides out, we're wrong. So you can't find a winner on this. And I just hope our inept board actually shows some conviction in the final days of this window. With the results, should they be, they've got to come out and literally there's got to be some kind of definitive, this is what we're doing. I'm sure we're here after the window. Vinay will come out from the cave he's been living in during this window, and since the statement before the West Ham game. I'm sure come February the 2nd he'll pop open, he'll pop up from nowhere and do a lovely video explaining why we have or haven't done what we've done, and say something about the manager. But we'll see.
Brian, in terms of the transfer window, there's a lot of rumours about attackers and whatnot in and out before the deadline. Muani was heavily rumoured before tonight to be cancelling his loan. He's now scored tonight, the opening goal. For you, what was your stance before tonight, and has it changed?
Stance was Muani has been getting gone for a very, very long time. Since the Forest game that Ben and I went to in December.
Cancel the loan? You've wanted to cancel the loan for a while.
And I don't change my stance on that. I spoke to Ben earlier today, and I'd actually say I was watching your update from yesterday, and I have to say, Sim, starting it with Another Day in Paradise was a wonderful ding 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 ding. I did that especially because I know Amir's in the background, so he loves to hear that. And I'll speak to him. Now, don't slate me in the comments for what I'm about to say, because there's a little bit of rationale behind it. I said, with the Strand Larsen one, don't get me wrong, I don't want him as, let's all go out for him. But as I was saying to Ben, do you know what? I trust Wolves' scouting better than Tottenham's. If you look at the Neves, the Netos, the Aiton Yuris, they have actually brought some very, they went for Danso, good old magnet head. By the way, Ben, I heard you say that's what I called him. That's what Frank calls him.
Oh, is it?
I inherited it from Frank. Frank calls him magnet head.
I thought you had the copyright on it.
I heard that, and I can't take the credit. I have to always give credit where it's due. Amir's just put in the chat, ding, ding. I've just seen it. Okay. With Strand Larsen, if we sign him, and what I'm saying is he should not be. I want higher quality than Strand Larsen.
Yeah.
But if we sign him, I'm not going to base, oh my God, he's a Wolves player. He hardly got into the team. He had a great season last season for them. And like I said, I trust Wolves' recruitment more than I trust Tottenham's, because they do identify talent and they have the problem of keeping them for obvious reasons. So I want better than him. But if he was to come in, I'm not going to go absolutely nuts and fume him, because I'll give him a chance. But I do want higher quality than him. But another thing I will say, and you both know I said this from the beginning, I think Solanke would do very, very well under Frank. Now, whether you like him or love him or think we need better than him, since he's come back from injury, and obviously he's played a lot of minutes more than a normal person coming back from 5 months injured because of our limited striking options. He's done very, very well.
Yeah.
His hold-up play, you can see in the games, has brought something to the team, whether it's been effective because the other players, but he's got amongst the goals. He took his goal very, very well just in this game. But he deserves a lot of credit for the way he has come back after 5 months out and got amongst the goals and brought something to the team. So I would say, with this whole Muani thing, I would only let him go, as much as I do want him to go, if we're bringing in another striker. We can't just let him go and then, like we've done with Brennan Johnson, then Kudus getting injured and still not having a right winger. We have to address, you only let Muani go if there is another striker coming straight in and you know it's coming in, not one that could fall apart once you've signed the deal to let Muani go. If we can bring another striker in, even a Strand Larsen, I would take him over Muani.
Brian, the 4 potential teams we face in the knockout are Galatasaray, Club Brugge, Juventus and Atletico Madrid. Anyone you fancy?
Mate, do you know what? In Europe, we're a different outfit. Bring it on. Bring it on. To be the best, you got to beat the best. So why not? We proved it last year. Like you said, we were heard you doing it in the match reaction or at the end of the watch along. So there's some teams in there that we played Galatasaray. That, from what I understand now, it's 2 legs each round now, isn't it? Home away, not.
Yeah.
So obviously we only played Galatasaray away in the Europa League.
Correct.
And we royally thumped.
But we only lost 3-2 and we were down to 10 men.
Yep, I think it was more than 3-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, we only lost 3-2 in the end, I think.
Was it 3-2?
Yeah, or 4-3.
4-3, wasn't it?
Was it 4-3?
More than 3-2.
I think it was 3-2 in the end.
I know we definitely scored.
Or was it 4-3?
I was doing the watch along with Johnny and Ben, and that was a painful evening because they absolutely battered us. And Galatasaray away.
Yeah, it was 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
And why are we even contemplating debating what Simeon says with scores? I apologise for dousing you, sir. I apologise.
But in that game, Will Lancashire got sent off. We went a very under strength to Galatasaray.
The team we played was horrible.
I'm sure they had a couple disallowed.
Don't get me wrong, we were battered because it should have been 6 or 7, but it ended up being 3-2.
We got ripped apart, and Galatasaray at home. You guys were there, and you know what the atmosphere is like. We could hear it, and all the fans that weren't there know what that.
One of us was there anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone lost a passport, didn't they? Someone lost a passport. So yeah, you just never know what's going to happen with Spurs. But Galatasaray is always, I'd say, out of those, I fear Galatasaray away the most.
Yeah. I don't know about going back to the Wanda Metropolitano, whatever it's called. Last time I was there, probably. Just don't give away a penalty in the first minute.
Keep your hands down.
Yeah, exactly.
Hands down, for fuck's sake.
Listen, we haven't got Sissoko, but I'm sure another player will more than happily deputise in his absence.
Yeah.
But I think stay away from Galatasaray. If I had to say, I'd stay away from Galatasaray solely because what their stadium is and what their fans are like.
So you'd prefer Atletico over Galatasaray?
Yeah,
because Atletico away is bloody one of the hardest games in Europe.
I'm sure it is, mate. I'm sure it is. But Galatasaray is just something else. Like I said, I'm only doing this not on the team. I'm doing it on the hostility of the stadiums.
I think we can go to Galatasaray and win. I really do.
There you go. Well, mate, there you go. But yeah, I'd want to stay away from the Turkish from Galatasaray away. But listen, like I said before, we got into the debate of Galatasaray and Atletico, or conversation, shall I say? This is Tottenham Hotspur. This is Europe. We're in the Champions League, like you said on that, where we gave away the penalty there, and we didn't stand a cat and hell's chance to get into the final. We managed it. Not saying we will this time, but in Europe, just never ever doubt Tottenham. It seems. Yeah. So to be the best, you got to beat the best.
And we had 6 clean sheets out of 8 games in the Champions League.
Mate, I said it to Ben after we finished the watch along last week. You look at our Premier League form at home. We are the only team in the Premier League that hasn't conceded at home in the Champions League this season.
Yeah, crazy. and then we're second worst home record in the Premier League.
This is why, if it makes sense to any other team, it doesn't make sense to Tottenham. So people saying, "Oh, we got no chance of winning it," is the exact reason we've probably got every chance of winning it. Forget who the teams are. When things are unexpected, and we will never do that. We seem to do it.
Brian, we have finished above Barcelona, Chelsea, Man City, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, PSG, Juventus, Atletico Madrid. Like some of the biggest teams that Europe have to offer, we have finished above them in this group phase. I just can't begin to explain it.
Not just the biggest, the most dominant in this competition.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is the other side of the coin where Spursy is a good thing.
Yeah, true.
So, like I said, when things don't make sense and you think, I don't understand the logic behind this, realise, people, we're Tottenham Hotspur, and the very fact that it doesn't make sense is the reason it will make sense in the end.
Yeah, but Brian, 5 days left of the transfer window. How many players do you think we're going to bring in with this bloody Johan Lang scattergun approach to transfers that makes no sense? It's just like... I've never seen a team so reactive in the transfer market instead of proactive. It pisses me off so much. But how many?
I'm going to go 2, but I'm going to say 3 if Muani goes.
Yeah.
So if Muani goes, I think we bring in a striker. But I think
and one of those 3 is probably going to be a Sam Johnston or a bloody Hermansen or someone.
Yeah, so we're bringing a goalkeeper. Well, Joe, I'd rather Sam Johnson than the West Ham goalkeeper that they signed, realised was crapper than Areola, brought Areola back, then take our goalkeeper, and we're going to bring in the keeper that was deemed worse than Kinski and Areola to be our number 2, just for Vicario to go get injured. So yeah, I just hope I hope we get a right winger. As much as we say we need a left winger, I think right winger is paramount. I don't know if you saw the photo. Apparently, Kulu was on a flight to Barcelona today. Yesterday, sir. That probably means his knee injection that he had hasn't gone to plan, so he's probably gone to have another look at it. So I think the right winger is an absolute necessity. You look at it left. One thing I will say about the game today, again, Destiny. Thank God he doesn't look injured. He's played 3 games now. This is crunch time now. But he brings so much to the team when he's there. Right winger, striker should Muani go, and hopefully a ball playing midfielder.
There's been links to Goretzka today.
Yeah, you mean the ones that we had before the window, then died down, then started, then was all quiet, and now we're running out of time. They're now acting like we've got to go for the player that it's got shades of Porro written all over it. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to stick with 2. I'm not going to say they're going to be brilliant quality additions. I reckon 2 come in, 3 if Muani goes. And let's just hope we aren't left really, really short, because we need bodies and we need quality.
Absolutely. Brian, always a pleasure. This is the last you're going to see of Brian in London, but don't worry, he ain't going anywhere. He'll be here from Toronto from the weekend, people. So
safe trip back, Brian.
On the jet lag, mate. I don't know why, but Toronto, when I land back, the jet lag hits me like a bitch. and it wipes me out for a few days. And obviously, I'm going to spend some time with my beautiful and wonderful wife, my heartbeat, that I've been missing. So may not be about for the Man City one, but I'm sure I'll be back.
You're going to be standing outside that Scotland yard in this pouring snow.
Oh, by the way, you've got to remind Ben, Sammy's got to do it, because when I touch down tomorrow, I touch down in Toronto at 9 p.m., which will be 2 a.m. Friday your time. Not only was there 50 centimetres of snow a couple of days ago in one day, it's going to be minus 23 before the wind chill.
Minus 23? Is that safe?
Before the wind
Doesn't
chill,
sound safe, Brian.
So I've got a very big feeling I'm going to step out of the airport, and if people have watched Cool Runnings, I'll be stepping back in the airport and putting on every single bit of luggage I have to warm me up till Alana picks me up.
Let's have a safe trip back, Brian. I'm going to miss
Love you both dearly. Sammy, love you dearly. Everyone at We Are Tottenham TV, love you dearly. Everyone in the chat, love you dearly. And as always, Enoch, out. It's back.
We're back, baby. We're back.